JT Sports, and I'm actually, guys, just for a little video, going to be talking about my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers, my favorite NFL team, starting season out 0-2. So before I begin, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I upload NFL videos and NFL content daily. Also, make sure to follow me on my social media pages, my Instagram and Twitter. Make sure to follow me on those. The link to those are down in the comment section or down in the description down below. So I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers starting out 0-2. And my thoughts to start out is I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed. We got blown out by New England last week at New England. Okay, we lose to New England all the time at New England. Don't know why that's acceptable, but okay. But we got blown out by New England. Okay, that's not acceptable. I don't care where we play New England at. The fact that we got blown out and we got tossed around by Tom Brady, it just doesn't sit well with me. But I'm able to live with that, right? So 0-1, right? Then we lose to the Seattle Seahawks at home. And the defense blows the game. Even before that, Dante Moncrief sucks. He absolutely sucks. He should be playing in the XFL right now. He should not be playing for any NFL team. Dude just sucks. He cannot catch a pass to save his life. He sucks. So now let's now shift the focus onto the defense. The secondary has played absolutely terrible. The secondary has played as bad as you possibly can. The secondary cannot stop nobody. Okay, we played the New England Patriots with Julian Edelman, Josh Gordon, and whoever else they have on their team. Okay, but we played the Seattle Seahawks with Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. Now, that's no offense to the Seattle Seahawks and their coaching staff and their offense, but I'm just saying there are better wide receiving cores than Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf, a rookie wide receiver and Tyler Lockett. And we still got destroyed by those guys, and the secondary couldn't stop nobody, right? But here's my biggest issue, right? It's 3rd and 15. Late in the full quarter. Defense needs to get a stop to win the game and get the ball back to the offense. So for a defensive-minded coach, right, guess what I expect. If you have a coach that specializes in something, if a coach specializes in offense or specializes on the defense side of the ball, then those should be least of your concerns. That means if you have the offense or defense out on the field, you shouldn't have no problems going down there and winning the freaking game. Let me give you a good example. The Detroit Lions with Matt Patricia today versus the LA Chargers, right? Matt Patricia is a defensive-minded coach. And in the last 2 minutes, the Detroit Lions defense was on the field. And the Detroit Lions had to stop the LA Chargers from scoring the ball to win the game. And guess what the LA Chargers did, right? And no, guess what the Detroit Lions did in Matt Patricia? They won the game and they stopped the LA Chargers and the defense won the game for them. Matt Patricia being a defensive-minded coach, that's what I expect. When you put your defense on the field and the defense needs to win the game, I don't care how tired you are. You're a defensive-minded coach, you put your defense on the field and your defense goes out there and they execute. It just seems to be the complete polar opposite with Mike Tomlin. You put your defense on the field and your defense loses the freaking game. It's 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15. Literally all you have to do is play cover 6, cover 4, keep everything in front of you. Don't let a wide receiver be behind you. And guess what happens? Russell Wilson runs for 14 yards, 4th and 1. They convert and they win the freaking game. It makes absolutely no sense why the defense is on the field and can't stop nobody with Mike Tomlin being a defensive-minded coach. And Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown not being there is not the reason why we lost this game. We lost this game because our secondary is an absolute tragedy. It is. It's just an absolute travesty. Nobody in the secondary can guard anybody. We're paying Joe Hayden how much money? And this dude got exposed by every single player he was matched up against. Last week he got exposed by Julian Edelman. He got exposed by Josh Gordon. Every time he got matched up by somebody, he got exposed. Steven Nelson has been the best player in the secondary for the Pittsburgh Steelers so far. We freaking suck. The secondary sucks. The Pittsburgh Steelers can draft offensive linemen. We can draft quarterbacks. We can draft halfbacks. We can draft wide receivers. We draft defensive linemen. We draft pass rushers. We draft linebackers. But we cannot draft defensive backs and cornerbacks to save our freaking life. I mean, Artie freaking Burns, who comes from my favorite college football team, the University of Miami, can't guard anybody. He's just you might as well call him Artie ATM. He just lets everybody score a touchdown. He's literally what his last name is. Burns. He gets burned by everybody. He can't guard anybody. He sucks. Terrell Edmonds. He sucks. I don't care how many times people want to tell me, oh, he's young in his career. Just cut him a break. That's bullcrap. He's been playing in 18 games, and Devin Bush has had a bigger impact than what Terrell Edmonds has had, and he's only playing in 2 games. Terrell Edmonds, since he's got drafted, what game-changing plays has he made in his 18 games starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Nothing. He has yet to make a game-changing play to affect the outcome of a game. But Devin Bush has only played his second NFL game and got a fumble recovery. And kept us in the game. And Terrell Edmonds hasn't did anything. He sucks. You got Joe Hayden. He's just old as dirt collecting a paycheck. I mean, this dude got exposed by everybody. So, I mean, my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers, our secondary is a train wreck. We're on a train wreck right now. And then you got Ben Roethlisberger getting injured once again. Again, at this point, what are we paying you for, man? You had an elbow injury. The elbow injury, you was playing the last couple of minutes in the second quarter with the elbow injury. So why is that you can't play now? I know a lot. Matthew Stafford played with 3 freaking broken bones in his back. So don't give me that bull crap about Ben Roethlisberger being banged up. I think that's a lot of bull crap. Matthew Stafford played last season with 3 broken bones in his back. So, I mean, it just irks me, man. But the secondary has been an absolute travesty. And let's get back on Dante Moncrief. Because Dante Moncrief, you deserve to be playing in the XFL right now. You do not belong to be playing to some of the best professional athletes in the NFL because you can't catch anything. This is all you see from Dante Moncrief. Dude can't catch anything. Put me out there, I bet I can catch those passes. Dante Moncrief can't even catch a 3-yard pass. What can this dude do? Get rid of him, man. Don't get rid of him. I thought Dante Moncrief was good. He was supposed to be good. I mean, dude is 6'6", 6'5", 220-something pounds, runs on 4.4. I mean, golly. Look at all that size. Look at all that athleticism, but can't catch a doggone ball to save his freaking life. And somebody had a gun to your head, and they say if you want to live, Dante Moncrief has to catch the next pass. He wouldn't be able to do it. You'll be dead. You'll be freaking dead. I mean, it's just an absolute travesty, man. It just is, man. The secondary can't stop anybody. We can't stop nobody on defense. New England was getting touchdowns left and right. Philip Dorsett had more touchdowns last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers than he's had his whole entire career. Pittsburgh can't stop anybody. And for Mike Tomlin to be a defensive-minded coach, I think it's unacceptable. I don't care what people say about Mike Tomlin having a winning record. Dude had Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and Ben Roethlisberger all in their prime. How could you possibly have a losing record with those 3 guys? You had 3 All-Pros playing. It's literally impossible to have a losing record. How you have a losing record with those offensive linemen? Pouncey, Villanueva, Ramon Foster. All pros on the offensive line. Pro Bowl caliber offensive linemen. How could you possibly have a losing record with those guys? So, I mean, the fact that people defend Mike Tomlin, say he's never had a losing record, is a bunch of bull crap. It just is, man. Look, Mike Tomlin has always had time around him, but he's never did anything with it. Think about it. If Bill Belichick and Sean Payton had what Mike Tomlin has had, do you know how many Super Bowl rings they have on their fingers? They probably wouldn't even have enough to freaking count. So, I mean, come on, man. Come on, stop with the Mike Tomlin excuses. Mike Tomlin has overstayed his welcome in Pittsburgh. It's several coaches that's supposed to be some of the best in this sport. I don't care what people say. Mike Tomlin could be fired today and be hired by 20 other different NFL teams. Okay, good for them. But he's not good enough to be the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The only reason he still has a job is because people still talk about the Super Bowls that he won against the Arizona Cardinals in 2008. He won that Super Bowl with Bill Cowher's team. Most players on that roster on that Super Bowl winning team were from Bill Cowher's tenure at the NFL when he was the head coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He might as well give that freaking ring to Bill Cowher. I mean, come on, he's a defensive-minded coach. So you know what I expect? I expect him to be able to coach the freaking defense. Matt Patricia and the Detroit Lions. Matt Patricia is a defensive-minded coach. And when that defense was on the field for the Detroit Lions and they needed them to win the game, guess what they did? They won the freaking game. That's what's supposed to happen when you have a defensive-minded coach. Can we even beat the 49ers next week? If we start out 0-3, I might drink bleach. I might just drink bleach and we start 0-3 and lose to the 40 freaking Niners. We are 0-2. We have the same record as the Cincinnati freaking Bengals. I mean, come on. Is Mike Tomlin going to be able to stop Matt Breida, Raheem Morrison, whoever the heck they have playing at halfback? Can we start Marquise Goodwin? I mean, come on, man. Enough with the defending Mike Tomlin stuff, bro. How can you have a losing season when you always had talent on your team? You had Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, and Ben Roethlisberger. How in the heck can you have a losing record? Even Hugh Jackson couldn't have a losing record with those guys on his roster. I mean, come on. Who couldn't have a Who couldn't win? Who couldn't make the playoffs with those guys on their roster? So, I mean, stop defending mediocrity. Stop defending that crap, man. There's no reason. If you have a head coach that specializes in something, and the head coach specializes on offense, then you shouldn't worry about the offense. The offense should be the least of your concerns. If you have a coach that specializes on special teams, the special teams should be the strongest point of your team. If you have a coach like Mike Tomlin that specializes on the defense side of the ball, then the defense should not be the worst part of your team, man. The secondary has been absolute garbage. I don't care if we always lose to New England at New England. No reason why we should have got picked apart like that. No reason. It's just an absolute embarrassment. Now imagine if we get destroyed by Lamar Jackson like that. Now, I love me Lamar Jackson. Don't get me wrong. But he's played the Miami Dolphins and the Arizona Cardinals, who last year had some of the worst defenses in the NFL last year statistically. So if Mike Tomlin gets destroyed by Lamar Jackson, he's got to go. He's got to go. We got destroyed by Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. No offense, but it's a lot better wide receiving cores than what the Seattle Seahawks got. And we got picked apart by them. I don't even know the name of their tight end. I don't even know the name of them, man. It's just an absolute embarrassment. And the fact that Big Ben, Matthew Stafford played with 3 freaking broken bones in his back. And Rodgers played the season on 1 leg. And you telling me Big Ben couldn't go the rest of the game for elbow injury? An elbow injury. A freaking elbow injury. He was looking fine with the elbow injury. I mean, come on, man. What are we paying you for? Now, on the positive note, Mason Rudolph did look very good. He did. Mason Rudolph looked very good. Very good. If I was Pittsburgh, I rolled Mason Rudolph. Because the offense played better when he was under the helm at quarterback than Big Ben. I don't know what Big Ben is doing back there, but I think Big Ben, I don't know what Big Ben is doing. But if I'm Pittsburgh, if I had to make a choice right now, I would rock with Mason Rudolph for the rest of the season unless he absolutely stinks it up. That's just it, because Mason Rudolph looked very good. Very good, man. So, I mean, I don't know why people keep defending Mike Tomlin. We're 0-2. We're 0-2. Now Mike Tomlin doesn't have the talent around him to save him anymore. There is no Antonio Brown. There is no Le'Veon Bell. So what are you going to do about it, Mike Tomlin? Are you going to sit down and do another one of your stupid rah-rah speeches that don't work? Do you give rah-rah speeches to the secondary? You honestly need to look up some better speeches because they definitely don't work. They ain't working at 3rd and 15 when Russell Wilson was sitting there looking like this. Couldn't nobody bring down Russell Wilson. It's 3rd and 15. And we still couldn't bring him down, man. So, I mean, that's my thoughts on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Highly, highly upset and highly, highly disappointed. Last time we started out 0-2, we missed the playoffs. So what does that tell you? And we play the San Francisco 49ers. Imagine we start 0-3. Then what? I'm going to leave it at that.